I can remember just going into stores with my friends and the owners just having us come in like one at a time. Like we all couldn't go in the store at the same time. And I didn't understand at that time, but that's not normal.
One thing that America sometimes doesn't like to acknowledge is that just like a parent would have to talk to their kids about the birds and the bees, black families literally have to talk to their kids about how the color of their skin can affect their daily interactions with different people, and they have to be aware of it. And I remember, those conversations with my parents, and we still have them. My mom's still concerned about me as a young black man in America.
That's been a tough conversation for me because my oldest son is 12, so he's old enough to understand at this point. I mean, you don't want to take away that innocence and you don't want to kind of plant things in his head, but I have to let my son know exactly how people view him just because of his race.
Now, being that I am a father, I do have 3 kids, 3 boys, but with so much happening today and everything being seen so much, I want to be able to protect them and to make things better for them.
The type of racism that we deal with now isn't the type that we learned about, or I grew up learning about in the history books. Although we've come a long way from slavery and the civil rights, there's still that kind of lineage does not just dissolve into nothingness. There's still things that we're fighting. It's in our policies, in our laws. And so a lot of the times when you can't see it, you tend to ignore it or you don't think it's there.
I think now more people just know more about what's going on. Social media brings a different aspect to it because now you get to see everything that's going on around the world.
I mean, everybody is a reporter now with camera phones. So a lot more interaction is being caught on video as opposed to, 10 or 15 years ago where you had to take somebody at word of mouth. Now it's in your face where you can actually see it, and now people can't deny it.
I think it would be detrimental if people did not use their voices to speak up at this moment in time, because a lot of the times you turn on the news or you listen to read arguments on social media, and it's all a distraction. There are real policies and real issues that are being decided upon at this moment in time that will negatively affect a large group of people. What we can't stand to do as Americans, as citizens right now, is to stay quiet and then complain afterwards.
The honest truth is, as NFL athletes, we have a huge platform. And for whatever reason, people listen when we talk. And it's a great thing to talk about. But I think at some point, action has to be taken. So I wanted to get some guys that were well respected around the league, some guys that were just as passionate as I am, and some guys that have been working in their community for a number of years. These are guys that I wanted to bring together and put them before senators and congressmen and let them hear, just let them hear our heart and where we were coming from, and let them know that we're not here just demanding something. We're also willing to listen and work with you and try to figure out a solution.
And I think at this point, we can educate the masses. It's not about white or black, it's just about right and wrong.
I think for us to really get to where we need to go, I think everybody needs to feel that way. And I feel like the white players need to feel that way as well. They may not deal with it on a day-to-day basis the way we do, but they see it, they understand it, they can look at a situation and say, okay, that wasn't right.
And you can state how you feel without being angry, without being loud, without trying to intimidate somebody. But I also feel like both sides need to listen. And that's the thing that we don't do.
Let's take some action. Let's make something happen. Let's get people behind us so that we can make a difference. We know it's not going to happen overnight, but you have to start. You know, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one single step.